Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of AFK Juicers podcast. Today, we're joined by one of our full recurring guests, Jake. We have a lot to talk about this week, but of course, before we get into that, does anyone have a highlight or lowlight they want to share this week?
Honestly, I'm not sure. This week I've just been... Well, there's been a new update, but outside of that, my week has been pretty just busy.
Yeah, I had a busy week as well. You know, in the States, Monday was a holiday, and my company was actually closed for Monday, so it just
Oh,
piled on a lot of extra work for the rest of the week. It was nice having the extra day off, but all the other days were just much busier.
yeah.
Jake, you got anything, buddy?
Just been having fun playing with Cryonia. This week's been fun because we're starting to get into like the late portion of Dream Realm bosses, so it's been kind of fun seeing what the endless meta is gonna look like in season 3.
Yeah.
But outside of
that's
that,
true.
I've just been stage grinding. I don't have many highlights outside of killing countless Thorns.
Yeah, those Thorns. Well, let's get into the question of the week. If you can have one superpower or a super item from any fictional universe, what would it be? I can start first.
Yeah.
I think I would want the power to turn back time. Honestly, or just be in control of time, not just going backwards. Go backwards, go forwards, or freeze it like cryo. Like just time control.
Yeah.
Like across the board time control.
Time-related abilities are just too powerful.
Yeah. A second one I would like is like some like Wolverine healing would be sick.
Oh.
I always said like if I was pretty much immortal, and I would just spend most of my time just learning shit. Like if you have like all that extra life, I feel like you can just learn a lot of shit if you wish. Like I would just I don't know. I guess I'm a nerd. I just like to amass knowledge.
Yeah,
So,
so you
like,
would
I don't
be
know.
immortal?
Yeah, I mean, like Wolverine's like borderline immortal, right? So
Yeah.
there's like some rare scenarios where he'd die, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be so immortal, like where the universe ends, I'm just floating in nothingness. That'd be fucked. Like, I don't want to float in nothingness at one point in my life, but I want to be like borderline immortal, where if the universe goes through some heat death, it takes me out too.
What if you had the power to also stop your immortality?
Yeah, sure. You can choose when you die.
Yeah.
Like like after living like 10 lifetimes, you're like, maybe 10 lifetimes good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Milan, what superpower or super item would you like? I listed super item in case like anyone wanted to say like Iron Man suit, Thor's hammer, or some shit like that. But
Yeah. I don't
that's
know.
just an option. Not saying you have to choose that. But so superpower or super item from any universe.
I mean, I want to choose super item, but none come to mind, to be honest. I'll probably just go with super speed.
Super speed like Flash.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, do you want to add on to that or?
Maybe blight as well. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
No, not add powers. I meant. So you chose super speed. Why super speed?
oh, I mean, so I could
Greedy
run
man
fast.
over here.
I don't know. See, if I have super speed, I could do all my work but faster.
Would you still drive or would you just run everywhere?
I mean, would I still have the same stamina I have now? I don't think I can run everywhere.
Let's say with the super speed, like okay, let's say you can run for 10 minutes straight right now. You can still run 10 minutes straight, but you do it for super speed.
Yeah,
So
I
if
mean,
you can run for like, I'm sure you could also like train on working your stamina up, like whatever. But
yeah, no, I could do that.
let's say no restrictions. That makes this less fun.
I would run everywhere.
Okay.
Assuming it takes me
But
10 minutes
you're
to
gonna
get
have
to
to
my
dodge
destination.
civilians. You're gonna have to dodge civilians.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine you're running at like your light speed and you just accidentally run into someone.
Oh.
They're getting obliterated.
Yeah, yeah. Like the boys. The girlfriend.
Oh yeah, like in The Boys, yeah.
Honestly, you both are smarter than I and thought through this more, because I had a similar thought. I was like, it'd be great to like control time,
Mhm.
but I wasn't smart enough to think of it's a superpower. I could just control time, and instead I was just gonna say, if I never had to sleep, that would be an
Ooh.
awesome superpower. Because I was like, I gained so much more time, right?
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. I have a follow-up question. We're gonna
Mhm.
double it up this week. Let's say there was like a vat, right, that can give you the superpower that we were just talking about,
A bat, like a
and like a vat, like I don't know, like some,
like a drink.
I don't know, some nuclear vat.
What's a
That
bat?
like a pot, like a giant pot.
A vase?
Okay, yeah, a vase is more like flowers. Like a vat is like factory size,
Interesting. Okay.
like a giant mechanical cauldron.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So let's say, in this vat there's like, I don't know, nuclear waste, I guess, and it can either give you superpowers or you fucking just melt. Okay, so
Oh, God.
what percentage would you take of getting the superpower to dying to get that superpower?
Is it the superpower we were just talking about? So for me,
Let's say the more dangerous it is, like if it's like a 99% chance you'll die, you can get a juicier superpower. But if it's like a 50-50, it's a weaker superpower.
what's the percent chance to get super speed?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm probably
Jake, Jake, what would you say? How OP is super speed? I wouldn't say it's that OP, but I feel like it's OP enough where it's not 50-50. So
How fast
tell
are
me
we
what-
talking? Are we talking so fast that if you run down the wrong road, you could take someone's body off and leave their arms just hanging there in the sidewalk?
Yes, like we're talking flash speed.
Okay, and what happens if I don't win?
You die.
You die?
Like you disintegrate. So it's either disintegrate or get the powers. I'm asking what percentage it would be that you're willing to take for, like, let's say for Milan super speed. So Milan, 60-40, would you take it? 60% chance of dying?
No.
No.
No, 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 no.
Not for super
Honestly,
speed?
I don't
Okay.
think I would even if there was a 5% chance of dying, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, I'm content enough with my life. I don't think it's worth it. At least to me.
Okay, what about that no sleep thing? 1%, so 5% chance of dying or not needing to sleep.
I mean, I already don't sleep, and I think over my lifespan, that's probably at least
Jake.
a 5% chance, right? So,
I mean, Jake,
Valid.
imagine all the time you save, right? If you don't take this and you still have to sleep, it's like, losing 5% of your life anyway, if not more.
Let me join.
you know what? That's valid.
That's true.
Might as well just not sleep.
Wait, no, what? I don't know. Okay, I think
What would you do, D? Now you. It's interesting.
for time stop, I don't know. I don't really care.
Oh.
I think stopping time would be really cool, but I don't think I would risk my life for it. For the immortality, fuck, dude. I don't know. I'll take a 60-40, 60,
Wow.
62. I'll take
Yeah.
a 40% chance success rate for the immortality.
Damn.
I think there's also like, I'm older than you. I've lived life a little bit more. I've seen a little bit more, and I'm a little bit more content as well. So I'm willing to be a little bit riskier.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it's scary.
Yeah.
Like flip a coin.
Yeah. D's closer to expiring, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my.
yeah, I might as well roll the dice.
At what age would you roll for time stop then?
I don't
For
know.
time
let's
stop,
say-
what's the percent chance of dying?
90.
Yeah. Wait,
90%
you're
chance
ranking
of
time
dying.
stop higher than immortality?
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
waiting
of
until
course.
I'm in the hospital, brother. When I'm in the hospital and I'm about to go, I'll be like, give me the dice. Let's see if we can roll a Yahtzee.
Yeah, but then you can't even really use it, right? You just stop
I
time
mean,
and
you're
do what?
immortal.
You're in bed.
No, you can.
Oh,
It's time control. You can just reverse it.
what if it was
Or
just
hear
like
me out.
freezing time?
You just Futurama yourself. You're ahead on the shelf until they figure out a way to fix you.
Head on a
That's a
shelf.
good
Oh
one.
no!
Head on a ship.
And then you're just eating those little dried shrimp things that the fish eats. But like no, like yeah, for the time stop thing, let's say you're on your deathbed. 99.59% chance of death because you're pretty much dying anyway.
Yeah, but how do you know you guys will even get to that point? What if you just get hit by a car or something?
Yeah, well then you wouldn't even have the option to roll or not anyway.
Exactly.
What a scam.
So basically, your answer to my question is, what if this question didn't exist?
No, I'm just asking.
So
What age would you risk it? Like if I was going for times, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on my family.
Yeah,
but-
I think it would be more interesting if you answered a numbered age instead of saying on my deathbed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Because
everyone on their
deathbed
deathbed
would
would
apply
roll the
to a
dice.
variety of numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Pick a specific number, Jake.
Let me... Ah, a familiar battlefield.
What kind of treasure awaits us today?
How old do you
Quick
have to
question.
be?
So, like, say you've not made your decision yet, Dean. You get hit by a bus. Can I buy your opportunity
No.
as well?
No, you cannot money your way out of this.
Then probably like 95. And if I die before that, so be it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's a part of
Damn,
life
I don't know.
anyway.
Maybe I would retire, have like 4 or 5 years of retirement, then it's dice rolling time, baby. It's vat diving time.
Nice.
So I would say, I guess, what's the retirement age now? They keep raising it every year.
70.
What is it, like 65?
Oh, is it
70?
I don't know. I thought it was 70. 65, I guess. Makes sense.
Alright. One of our helpers, look up what age it is to retire in the States.
65 and a half.
For the States. For the United States.
Yes. 65 and a half, right?
Is it 65? What? No, they're not going to use halves. What the
Oh,
fuck?
it's 64.
For the States?
Oh, the average retirement age. There's like state by state different.
No. Oh, yeah. I mean, you could always early retire, I guess. I meant
No,
like
I mean
when you
like
start
some,
getting like.
some states have different retirement ages.
Oh.
So federally, it's now 67. It used to be 65 and a half, actually. Because that was
And now it's
the...
67?
Now it's 67. It used to be 62.
Okay, so.
At this rate, we're gonna be retiring at 90.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck, dude? Five years after my retirement, I'm going to be 70. I would be 72.
The rules are incredibly complex, though. So, like, if you're born between 55 and 60, your retirement age is 66 and 2 months.
Oh.
Because,
Oh.
like, they gradually slide it when they increase the age, I guess.
Hmm. Whatever. I'm rolling at 62. I'm just gonna say that 62. Retired or not, I'm
Let
rolling.
me see your despair.
62.
Yeah.
What if you have kids or something like?
Understood.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna make sure my family is set before I roll the dice.
Oh God. Okay,
Like, come on, you gotta roll responsibly. What the hell?
that's fair. And if you win,
Yeah.
you have as much time as you want with your kids.
Oh yeah. Or like, I mean, you're reversing time, so they would get younger too. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Is going back in time, like reversing time, that great? You're living the same events.
I mean, not if you go before your birth.
And, I mean, you have inside info. Like, so let's be real. If we got the ability to control time, we'd all go back and, like, invest in Apple or something in the 90s, right? And,
Yeah, but what
Yeah.
and live a very different life than the life we've lived.
if you go back in time, but your age stays the same? Like you just travel to that time period.
Oh,
No.
if that's the case, I would roll the dice in my 30s or 40s. I don't want to be a 90-year-old.
So you would roll it right now.
1,000 years. Yeah, probably.
Even if it's 90%?
Let me see your distance.
Mm,
90% fatality.
Keep them quiet.
Yeah.
I think I still would.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
Like,
I just
'cause
wouldn't.
I mean,
roll
like, if I
accept that
rewind
I'm
time,
human.
How I wish.
if we're
I
talking
don't
about
want to
time
live forever as
rewind,
a 90-year-old.
yeah, if we're talking about time rewind and not time teleport, like, I can't go back in time to when the Apple stock popped up because I only have like, I don't know, 50 cents in my pocket at the time.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what
you
the fuck
could
am I gonna
goo
do with that?
gaga your parents into it, dude.
Yeah, no, my parents were not wealthy. So, but yeah, anyway, let's get into the game, all right, guys?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Jimmy is sick this week, so you guys are stuck with me on What's Up Asperia. This week, we got the lucky flip. It was pretty whack. Everyone complained. Now we all have full rewards. So, I wonder how
Yes.
they're going to change the next iteration. I think this was the thing they were talking about of choose your own mode, but like always, when they grant any wish, they monkey pot it. So let's see how they fix it.
What do you guys think about it?
I don't know. It was
First-
very confusing.
I think it's confusing, but personally, I actually think it's fairly generous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, getting the equivalent of an extra S Soulstone weekly, whether you do it in A's or S's, plus like 9 epics, 15 normals, 20 temporal, or 12 rate up, like that's much better than the rewards we used to get from like lab for a weekly, for example,
Mhm.
where we got nothing most of the time.
Yeah, I know exactly. This
Um,
is just free stuff.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing for me is, they said it's a choose your own mode thing, but Honor Duel and Lab gives so much more keys compared to the other modes.
Well, that's because they're featured. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
change. I do like
No, the
how
fish-
there's
fishing barely gave shit, dude.
yeah, but I do like how they are like promoting fishing. Like now, if I fish or I love fishing, I actually have some reward at least. And same with labyrinths. There's nothing to do like reward wise for this mode, but now at least I get some keys, so it's not too bad.
Yeah,
But outside,
I think
of E3,
it's
not.
overall good. I think it's overall good, but I think they could still refine it more.
Oh, for sure.
Would you agree, Jake? Sorry for cutting you off earlier.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, I agree. I mean, honestly, I think this was Monkey Pod way less than I was expecting it to be. I saw some leaks of what Lucky Flip was going to look like, and I was excited, and in my head I was like, "There's no way they're going to let this last," but they did. So I mean, I'm happy about it. I think it's cool that basically every month you can get, 4 S Soul Stones or 32 A copies. I think it's also cool that out of that you could get like 36 epic invites. So like, 8 more A tiers and another Soul Stone that are targeted off a wish list.
Wait,
I
they're
think it's
targeted
a
off
good
your wish
change.
list?
Yeah, for the epics, yes, because the epics you're pulling them against an
Oh.
epic banner with wish list, right?
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual soul stones we're gonna get here.
No, the soul stones I think are fully random, but
Yeah, okay.
unless you use blessings to block one.
Okay. Yeah.
But for the epics, your wish list will apply, right? So
No, exactly.
no, Jimmy, it is per week. So Lucky Flips per week, but I was just aggregating it to monthly. You would get 36 epics roughly.
Yeah, no, it's just free stuff at the end of the day, so can't really complain with that.
Yeah, I like it. I can tell you, I personally am not gonna be doing. I don't think I'm gonna be doing like the whole board of 3 blessings. I think I'm only gonna do like 3 or 4 slots to like the tier 3 and just try and figure out what's the lowest effort way to like maintain decent options.
Yeah, you don't need everything tier 3, but what's also really cool is they made it to where now if your guild mates do quests, you get part of their keys. So this is like, yeah. See, it says, once a guild member completes a repeatable quest, other members will share some of the lucky keys gained. So it's pretty
that's
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool actually. I'm gonna put this back in W tier. This is just solid dub, in my opinion, for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I hope we could see who is like giving like the most keys and stuff.
Yeah. The other new thing we got that I thought was quite interesting, by the way, D, I hope it's okay to bring this one up too, is the Spirit Store
Yeah.
for recycling soul stones. And I will say we discovered a very interesting interaction with it, let's just say. Not specifically with the Spirit Store, but with how you can accumulate Spirit Store currency. So through like Dream Realm, Season Store, etc., once you P4 a unit, you can no longer buy copies of that unit. But if you're someone that's on a very, very big box, close to P4, or where the main thing you gain strength from is reds, what you can actually do is you can leave a slot or two of Dream Realm units, seasonal units, and a single Selly Hypo from the guild store, not P4'd, and then you can continuously buy copies plus past P4 cap to basically bank up copies to eventually exchange for Spark currency. So I know there are a few of us that are currently doing that, like buying Muriels and Valens past limit. So
you just never actually give him P4.
Exactly. Yep. If you don't ascend them, it doesn't lock the store, so you can keep buying copies.
And they're generous.
So they're full P4 amount, but you don't P4 them.
You
And
can
then
still
any
keep
extra
pulling
amount
them.
past the P4 amount gets recycled.
You can't recycle it until you ascend them, but it gives you a way at least to start banking them up for the next time they add a new seasonal A tier or a Dream Realm A tier.
Okay.
What's really cool is, look, I only have 3, 4, 5, what is this? 7, 8 copies past P4, and that alone gives me 3 Stargazers.
Exactly.
It's like...
So, I mean, and you don't even have to be a player that's going for a full P4 box, right? Because just having a single P4 and an extra Soul Stone unlocks the shop. Let's say in the Dream Realm store, you have the 4 or 5 units in there that are highly useful, already maxed out at P4. You could always just say, I have a bunch of Parisas. I'm just not going to P4 her yet and buy a bunch of copies that someday I can trade those in for a plus 25.
Honestly,
which is pretty cool.
I'm debating just putting on some P4 units just to get dupes and stuff. Because this is the way
That's
to
what
get
I've done in my
Stargazers.
wish list.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I've done in my wish list for basically if my options are between pulling dupes for the Spirit Store or pulling worthless copies of worthless units, I am now just pulling dupes.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with it. They definitely listened to the feedback that I think the player base gave on Pioneer about the rewards and the rates and made it significantly better. Being able to buy 45 Stargazers per month is really cool. Being able to buy, I think it's like 400 Red Essences is very cool as well.
Oh yeah. And Pioneer, these two are gone. It was just the Reds and this, I believe.
Yep, and the Reds were 70 currency for a single red. So they made them 10x cheaper.
Nice. Yeah.
To be clear, these are still not a great value. Comparatively, but I mean it's significantly better than what it was. On Pioneer, it mathed out to about $4,000 per plus 20 worth of reds, not plus 25. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you use Selly Hypo rates, where on I believe on live right now it's right around $400 if you use Selly Hypo to dollar conversion. Which, I mean, still isn't great. It's about 3 times worse value than the red crystal pop-ups. So it's definitely not something you should spend money to target, regardless of your spending tier. But you can conveniently play around it like you're talking about, Milan, where you can wishlist copies to just get free red essences, if that's the state of the game you're at, where that's your main blocking resource.
Yeah, or Stargazers.
Yep, or Stargazers. Most definitely, yeah. 45 extra Stargazers a month is great.
Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that juicy extra info, Jake.
Yeah, I was shocked it worked, to be honest. There were several of us in a voice chat actually over in Yapala, and as soon as the patch dropped, we're like, let's see how we can min-max the Spirit Store. And we validated Dream Realm Shop, we validated Seasonal Shop, and we validated the Arena Heroes Store. All of them work the same.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, if any of the devs watch our pod, you didn't hear any of this. Thanks. Okay, well, the next news for Asperia is Clan Rep is out. This is a friendly reminder for everyone to do your clan reps. A lot of my friends and guildmates all forget to do it every day, so
How?
here's your reminder.
Wow.
So be sure to do your clan rep. There's no artifact in it, but there is a lot of manuals, so get them.
Yeah. No, honestly, I forgot until today, and that's why D is putting out this
Making
PSA.
a PSA for all.
Yeah.
Do your clan reps. All right. One thing cool. I'm actually pretty excited for this. Is for the Gazette enjoyers, the artifact we get this week is gonna juice Dio up. Right? This artifact is the one that's like the rearmost hero super juice, right?
Yes. It's the
Light Forge.
enlightening of the season.
Okay.
It's really nice, and unlike enlightening spell, it buffs their actual attack, like the stat itself, which is really, like, it's way better, I think. And of course makes them unaffected. No, this is gonna be like perfect for Dino. But the thing about Dino is you're mainly using him on the Wilder tile. And on the Wilder tile he already has that unaffected invincibility stuff, so I don't know if this is better than like Harmonic.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. I tried to use the other rearmost one this season with Dio, and just
Overcharge?
Harmonic works so much better.
Yeah, I don't
This
think
one, the Overcharge.
gives him a stack. That's the problem, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it didn't quite hit like Harmonic did.
What's your guy's most disappointing artifact so far?
Honestly, I thought Banishment would have a lot more play.
Same for me. Banishment is like, I have seen zero usefulness for it. It seems too slow for PvP. And in stages, it has zero use. I'd prefer to see it be like the last season where it pulled into your team, so at least it would have PvE use cases.
Yeah. And then the Snowman was cool. I think I still use it every so often. But Banishing, I think I only used it while there was only 3 options. It was one of the first 3, right?
Snowman, by the way, has some really cool tech that I discovered this week, actually, that a decent amount of people don't know about. So if you're on a stage and there's a Rise, the Rise has an active ability that makes him CC immune. You can run Snowman and just wait to Iron pull him until the Snowman comes down, because the Snowman will trigger his active, and then if you wait 1 second, he's then CCable.
Oh,
so Snowman's actually getting a lot of uses on stages right now if there's a Rise. Yep, because you can use it to break his CC invulnerability.
That's neat.
Yeah. But I'm going to pause you there because we're going to have a big stage talk at the end, because that's what we do. But let me pause you on that. That is good info. We'll get more in detail on that later on. One last thing for What's Up Asperia. Siren trailer dropped.
Yeah.
Shall we pull that up and take a quick gander?
Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. Actually, let me mute the game quickly. Okay.
Magic exists to be wielded, and by those with ambition.
Wait, pause real quick.
Yep.
I just want to remind the pod that we should start a riot for me to become a voice actor. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Who would you want a voice actor act then if you had an option?
Anyone.
You have no preference?
You know what? We'll talk more about it. Let's watch this trailer. We'll talk more about it in a second.
This ult is crazy. Wow.
For me, this whole video, I'm not even thinking PvP. I'm thinking AFK stages when I watched.
Oh. I'm a bit of both. I mean, that ult is like Euron's ult, but lasts a lot longer and has the execute.
And a lot wider.
Yeah, yeah.
Slower pull though.
Yeah.
This ability right here, Cursed Grasp, this is one of them that I think is going to be one of his most important use cases on stages, is for stages with like Lumont, Temesia, Linya, melees that like to get out of the group on CC stages. I think he's going to be busted at that.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's basically Iron with grouping regardless of if they're in a 3-tile range or not, or 4-tile range.
Yeah, the only thing is he
mean-
doesn't have the instant cast. So you might even use him with Euron or something.
They say how big his gravity, the black hole gravity thing is.
It looks 3 tiles, I think.
Okay, so it's like the CH talent of last season cracked out.
Ah, and it's even bigger. Last season was 2 tiles. I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cracked out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we'd have to see the actual skill description, but it looks like it's 3 tiles. Like, this is massive.
Yeah. Oh, and it has an execute. That's hot.
Yeah.
Now, I wager my magic has surpassed even yours.
Oh,
All right,
He comes
let's
out
go
on the
with-
27th.
Yeah, that's in what, 5 days of from our recording.
Yeah.
So depending on Jimmy's schedule this week, he may or may not be released by the time you hear this.
We're playing the.
What's your guys' initial thoughts? Let's start with brother Jake.
From a stage perspective, I think he looks like he's going to be very good. From a
You think he'll
bossing-
replace Smokey or be used with Smokey?
I could see him being used with Smokey. I don't think he'll replace Smokey. I haven't seen his
His damage might not
text-
be there for deficit, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen his like text values for his damage to know what damage types they are as well as their scaling. I mean, if he has pure damage in his kit, he'll definitely be used on stages. But I think what we're likely going to run into with him is if he doesn't have any of those, like that type of damage scaling, Smokey's just going to be superior. Because
Yeah.
it's pure damage is king, and then stuff where you can abuse like very high frequency, high incidence abilities like Tassie or Carolina. But
Yeah.
I definitely on stages, not from a DPS perspective, but from an Iron like CC perspective. Oh, very, very much so. There are a lot of synergy stages that I've ran into where I synergy a Bonnie actually to help with the CC, and I think I'll have to see how he feels on live, but I think it's likely I would just synergy him over Bonnie because the CC looks better, especially if his damage is decent. Is he a mage or is he a rogue?
Mage.
Oh, I bet he's gonna have very big damage.
Mhm.
They changed it a little bit.
Wait, his voice actor's Alex Lee? This is a must pull. I will be pulling this unit.
Who's Alex Lee?
Alex Lee is the English voice actor from Solo Leveling.
Oh,
Wait, really?
damn.
Yeah.
I didn't
wow.
know Lilith got that kind of money.
Must pull, actually. We get Alex Lee voice actor. We get Lily Pichu voice actor.
Man, yeah, they have to get Dion now. You're next.
When are we getting the DJ Khaled voice acting character for real?
Mm-hmm. That would be crazy. What I'm most interested out of all the kit, like the ult, this looks nice. You know, the first skill, okay, some damage. You got this, okay, it sends people back. But I'm more interested in his Mythic Plus skill. Because this scream, like, this is really good. You got the giving the haste, the enlightening spell, confining spell. It looks like it only hits one enemy, unlike the actual effect of, like, the artifact. And the Star Shard spell. This is super cool. And on top of that, right here, it blocks the Merlin's artifact. It looks like. After unlocking upgrade, yeah, he silences the enemy Merlin. This is what I'm most interested in. I think this is like busted. This is like Dunlinger, where he just stops ultimate at the start of battle. This guy stops artifacts. And I think going in the future, artifacts are getting stronger and stronger. Like, if we compare Surging or Harmonic to, like, a Season 1 artifact, like, it doesn't compare, I don't think.
Oh, most definitely. I think the stopping artifacts is strong. I'll be honest though, I just because of the things I enjoy in the game, I typically don't take PvP viability into like ratings on stuff for me personally, but I think it is cool.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
Paragon diff it.
I mean, the thing is, some
Yeah.
teams just rely on artifacts. Like, Dino, for instance, was the new enlightening spell that Dee was just talking about, right? He needs that to get a stack of his skill. Or let's say you're doing a Greyborn team and you want the one that came out this week for the finishing blow, right? This just stops that. So it just can completely stop entire strategies. And I think
Wait.
that's super cool.
I heard anti-Dianel. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm back on board.
Yeah.
Pull.
Yeah, I think he has such a cool kit. I like him so far. And this is like Lightbearer needs a good unit.
I think so. This is maybe what the light bears need, but the light bears are gonna need a whole lot more.
Yeah, but I mean, at least it's a start.
Yeah,
They don't really have any magic DPS though, outside of like Cassidy. Right? So this is like... He doesn't have too much synergy. Oh, I guess Muriel.
yeah. I was like, you forgot one of their highlighted heroes of Lilith,
Yeah.
the marketing woman herself. But yeah, no, I think that's good. We'll find out more about Siren. Hopefully, Pioneer comes back soon. We get a test Siren before he drops, so we don't get Calland. We'll see, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hopefully a Pioneer reopens. That'd be nice.
But if he has a sick voice actor, I think he's not gonna. He can't be that. They're like, we paid a lot of money for this voice actor. We're gonna get our money's worth.
Oh, yeah. No, I think he'll be really good. I mean, even if they just delete his whole kit and just kept the artifact thing, he would have use in PvP.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
yeah. He
well,
looks good.
I think that's good for our What's Up Asperia this week. Let's go on to our hero highlight with Milan. What you got for us this week, Milan? Let me guess, it's pretty icy.
Yeah. Very icy. So, we spoke about her a bit
Traveling from the
last
pit.
episode.
Or me.
But to go into more details, so Cryonaya, she's out. We had to get her the crown, of course. Oh man.
I P2'd mine.
Yeah. Oh man, she is. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Every
Oh,
single.
you should start at the beginning.
True, true. Every single mode she plays differently. And I think that's super cool. Like if we go on her AFK stages, she's used mainly for this Supreme Plus skill to execute, similar to Scarlita. If we go for PvP, she's used to isolate the DPS and just like completely hyper carry and dominate the team. For like Endless Dream Realm, she's used for her time stop and synergy with her rock. It's just like everything is so different, and I think that's really cool. How have you guys been enjoying her?
So my district is not that sweaty. So in Supreme Arena, I had a comp that had Odie in it. I just took out Odie and put her in. And then I've given up on regular stages because Aaron into Smoky ult was getting boring for me. It's like, it's easy and it's fine and you can juice a lot. It's just I can't do the same like 2-3 clicks for hours on end anymore. So I use like some weird cryo one I saw on regular stages, and she the one I copied the record from had P4 everything and like a P3 and a crown twin and P3 cryo. Mine is mainly P1s, P2 Coco and Smokey. My cryo's P2 and my twins are S+. So I think eventually I'll reso diff the stage and I'll auto progress, but I guess for a good while I'm not gonna auto.
Yeah. Man, that's the problem with her. Is since she's mainly used for execute, you need to time that ultimate. But let me.
So, I will say in my stage experience, at least, both on primarily on talent side. Right now on talent, we got clear of like kind of the big walls that we were on. And so it's kind of like last season when Tassie came out. We're like starting to push deficit way up again on talent stages. So we're starting to get to the point where if there's a Thorin on a stage, we cannot double kill it. Like even with synergy, you just don't have enough damage.
Yeah,
so you
just don't
have
the
to
damage.
execute. Yep.
Yeah.
And so pretty much all those stages that I come across, if they have a record, like if they're not, if they've been cleared enough that they have a record, generally there's a Scarlita record and a Cryo record. I would say they're both fairly interchangeable from what I've seen on stages. I haven't encountered a stage yet that I think you wouldn't be able to clear with one over the other. But Cryo is much more manual. Just much more manual. Like
Really?
half of the Scar
Yikes.
stages I've auto-progged. I have not been able to auto-prog a Cryo stage.
Man.
With that said, I know some of the like insane pushers I'm aware of, like Yuna, for example, that do it at like super low base power, are using Cryo and clear stages super fast with Cryo, because I think Cryo maybe doesn't have the same RNG. Yeah, I think it's something where it's, if you're going to be super skilled, Cryo may actually be a bit better, but it's more effort.
I wish to freeze this moment forever.
And I'm not doing it at all. I refuse to manual Cryo.
I can't do it, Cam. I'm giving it all she's got.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, what's
more effort, more manual? Oh no. Cryo's supposed to do the opposite for me.
What I'm shocked with is she does good damage.
Let me see your
Just like
despair.
sitting on the tile just without her ultimate, she still does really significant damage, just not on the level of Bonnie. And that's like her problem.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do the haste debuff.
Right.
But I do like it to where like I could just do this and then it goes to 1 second, I could pop her ult and I like buy myself an extra few seconds to kill the units. This is what I've been doing for a few stages.
Yeah, I think for me at the stages I'm at, she just doesn't have the damage.
Yeah. No, you guys are way ahead of me.
Well, Jake's way ahead. I'm just slightly ahead. Well, what's the Selly hypo priority? I think twins are gonna still be
Oh, for
top
sure.
priority.
Yeah.
But where is she? I don't know. Do you want to talk about that, Milan? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Come true.
twins 100% are way better than her. I mean, just like the fact that she's a DPS, I think, takes away part of her priority.
Mm-hmm.
Because eventually she's gonna get power crept like Merrily did, like Odie is now getting power crept in Dream Realm and stuff, so slowly she'll like phase out. I do think her like the execute is gonna be really nice. Like we're still using Odie for his execute. And the time stop, I don't think this will ever be bad. So maybe even like a year down the line we'll still be using her just because it is time stop. But I do think that just twins offer so much. So twins still number one. Number two, I would say number two is probably Friesto.
Yes.
Wait, your pesto's still only S plus? What?
Yeah.
What, Milan? What?
I mean, I could get him
are you not using
Paragon,
him in
but
Supreme Arena?
not really, no.
Oh wow! You just burst everyone down, huh?
I mean, I only have one person.
You don't
to
need to
face.
tank anything
Here.
on. Oh yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
But and also I think Friesto is next because, well, Friesto only to Mythic Plus. So, like when I say Friesto, I mean you get him to Mythic Plus and then you move on to Heroic. I think that's
The
the
S
play.
plus.
Yeah.
So S plus twins, Mythic plus or Mythic plus pesto,
And then Heroic.
S plus Heroic.
Yeah. Because Heroic like needs not really needs Friesto, but all his teams really have Friesto in it.
Mm-hmm.
But he is just so dominant. I think he's like 6 out of 8 Dream Realm bosses. Like at the moment. Jake, I think you could verify.
Jake, fact check.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's currently 6 out of 8. Heroic's quite good.
Is the other 2 out of 8 Ice Lady?
No,
No,
not
no.
currently. So in terms of, so if your focus is Dream Realm, Primal Lord, PvE-esque gameplay, I think the best take currently on Cryonia, however it's pronounced, on Boba Queen, that I have heard people say is that if you don't have Heroic built, you should not be considering Cryo, because the only comps currently that Cryo works well in are Heroic comps.
Yeah.
I stand pretty firmly on, I agree with you both. Twins, I think, are the highest priority, and that's because I don't think twins are the best Dream Realm unit in terms of impact. I think they're probably second best behind Friesto, but we have so many bosses now. Lilith has done a good job of making us have to use DPS variety through certain boss mechanics, right? Like taking reduced all damage except Fizz, for example. So because of that, Pesto can't be used on several bosses because of his damage type, and then there are others where ranged only. Twins can be used everywhere. And generally, if you're looking at the top 3 DR comps each day, the best no twins build is always worse than the best no Heroic build, even if it's a Heroic boss. Because right now, like twins with Sinbad or twins with double Pesto carry is generally better than the Heroic no twins build. So I think just for that reason, it's like twins and then probably Pesto, then Heroic. I think after that it gets difficult because Raynor this season is highly interchangeable with Hugin. So I could even see forgoing Raynor for Talene. But what I would say to that is, like, the big Talene boss was Thalassa, and today we basically figured out you can swap in Parisa or Merrily and do the same damage. So
Really?
Yep. Yeah, there's if you look at the Paula info sheet today,
Merrily
there's several
stocks on the
comps
rise.
that are disgusting. There's 60 bill plus Merrily comps on there.
And I didn't see a single Cryonia comp. Jake, Come on.
Correct. The best Cryonia comp we had, to give you an idea, was running
Oh, because
4
you
Sully
can't run
hypos,
Heroic.
if I remember. Yep, it was
Yeah.
4 Sully hypos, if I remember, and it did 38 bill.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
run
our
Heroic
free-to-play
in this
friendly
boss.
build did 45. So, yeah, today is not a cryo boss. Yeah, no, but Parisa, Marilee, there's a lot of DPS options. Milan, I very much so agree with your take that generally pulling supports is good play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let's get into endless DR since we're pretty much here. What's hot, dude? I know you talked about Twins, Rock, all that. What else?
The thing that for me personally has been the hardest thing to replace, because like when we're doing infographics, one of the things we try and keep in mind is accessibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to have the same unit in all 8 comps, and if it's like a new Sully hypo, we don't want them in like half the comps at least, right? So Sonya has actually been one of the hardest units for us to replace.
Really?
Volca is a lesser performing replacement in most cases. But yeah, Sonya is so hard to replace even still, and I don't see it going away. And I think it's just because her buffs have so much value, but also her charms are so good and she does damage. And funny enough, the fact that she doesn't do true damage makes her better than Volca, because so many of these bosses takes increased fizz and reduced all other types mechanics to them, so Volca just does less damage because she does true damage.
Wow. See, I
Which
would
gets
never
mitigated
expect
by the
that.
boss.
Yeah.
Yep. Sonya is very hard to replace. The other honorable mention, in my opinion, is Sinbad. So
Yes.
most of the days where it's a Harak comp, I think the last Harak boss there was a Sinbad build that we listed that was within, I think 2% of the Harak team's performance. So Sinbad's a very good Harak replacement as well, and he's also a very useful stage unit. I've been very happy to see how much we use him this season. I think we got him after he was useful last season.
Yeah. Do you think he'll stay useful though, even in the later stages
Mhm.
of Endless? Really, even with some damage scaling?
I think he will stay useful until we go to running no DPS type options. And we're getting close. We actually have a Ludo carry comp today as well.
Yes.
That's like 1 or 2 bill off top performing as well. I mean, we get Mythic Charms in under 2 weeks, 1. 2, we're already getting to the point where, this comp that you're running right now on stream, it literally only has an OD for scaling the boss. What I will say about this comp is this comp only works if you have Red Charm.
Okay.
Otherwise, I mean, it works without Red Charm set, but it's not nearly as competitive.
Yeah. Do you think Harak will fall off then?
A bit of experience.
I
Because he
don't
does do some
think
pure damage.
so. Yeah, I don't think so, just because we have so many bosses that need fizz damage, and he has that rare combination of being fizz plus pure damage, where Pesto, Smoky, Ludo are all magic
Yeah.
plus pure. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, no, Harak has come out of nowhere. Honestly, at the start of the season, he wasn't used really at all outside of Plague Creeper. I was getting sad, but now he's everywhere, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think if you're a free-to-play player, I don't know if I'd still necessarily recommend pulling Harak, because I think your account would be more competitive with Twins, Freyasto, Mythic Plus. If you had S plus
sure.
Twins, S plus Freyasto, and Mythic plus Raynor, I think you'd be more competitive than if you had, S plus Twins, M plus Pesto, S plus Harak right now, for example. I mean, today you may be more competitive with Harak, but I think even a week from now, I think
Yeah.
several of these bosses are going to be Ludo bosses. We've had some close Ludo builds the last few days as well that we just haven't listed because they required such high investment to even be close.
And his
But
charm skill is really good. Insight.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's buffing everyone's damage when he heals them. And we're going to end up running him in a Pesto carry comp, primarily, right? Where we're wanting to scale Pesto anyway.
Yep, and gives that haste.
Yep.
Does this stack with the twins? Charm skill?
I don't know. To be honest.
Ludo gets insight again, right? So
Yeah.
I would assume the haste does because at a minimum it says grants an additional haste. I would bet this stacks. Because it's a buff and not a debuff, right?
That's insane, yeah. Because for sure the twins will still be used.
And it's percent attack, which is the only buff that scales pure damage. It's just Ludo's gonna be busted. If I remember right, last season Ludo didn't really become a damage dealer for us until Insight Charms.
Yeah, the day Mythic Charm set came out.
Yep,
then-
the fact that early into Red Charms, where we're not even deep into pure damage scaling yet, he's already so good. Disgusting.
It's scary, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm surprised you said Merrily and Parisa could replace Tailene.
Yep, Merrily and Parisa today can replace Tailene.
That's shocking. Wow.
I did a 61 bill benchmark run actually with an Odie Merrily comp today. Now, granted, it had twins in it. It was like twins, Odie Merrily, Hugin Raynor, if I remember correctly. It's on the info sheet if you look at that.
Yeah, I need to try this. This is crazy. I've been waiting for Merrily to come back one day.
So it's this one, but basically you flip the sides. So like you mirror this whole thing. Yep, and then put Merrily in the front. Yeah, just like that.
Let's do it.
And there is some RNG to this comp. It's definitely not the best comp, but it's within 1 to 2 bill of best comp using very accessible DPS. And I think this is a great example of why twins should be such a high priority for everyone.
Yeah, they just work
Because in
with
this
everyone.
same comp, in this same comp, Raynor's fully replaceable with Hugin as well, which is one of the nicest parts about it. So you can really make this a single Selly comp if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with like Priesto. Like he can't even be used here. He can't be used on what Alucia. Clan Crusher he is used, but there's like a few bosses that you just can't use them. But twins, every single boss, twins.
I mean, we use them on Clam, but on Clam we eat them. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
single copy, he would work on Clam, right?
Yeah, this is doing really good damage. Wow.
Yep. And this is one where like this one does more damage the higher you are in terms of like total damage being done today.
I still have.
This is also
charms on there.
yeah. Oh, with purple, that's insane damage. Because I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, we were 2 bill off today's like best comp PB running yellow charms on Merrily, not even red charms.
Yeah.
And the PBs on the top 2 comps were with red charms on all the DPS. So she could actually end up being good on Thalassa, because basically the meta on Thalassa is executing the tentacles with Odie does a ton of damage. How can we kill the tentacles ASAP?
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a shocker.
I think the 2 units to be kind of on the lookout for to start appearing are going to be Shakir and Ludovic, especially as we make our way into Mythic Charms.
I'll keep them
Once people get some form of, like Mystic Charms, for example, on Shakir and Insight on Ludo, we're going to see those pop up a lot, I think.
Oh yeah.
And probably the most shocking useful hero in Endless so far to me has been Kruger. We've had so much Kruger usage, I think, just because of how much Sinbad's getting seen still. But it's
Wow.
shocking to me that he's still good, and he's also very good in most of the Heroic comps.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Uh,
like Kruger is really good with Heroic. Not only does he just
Yeah.
apply the permanent debuff, but then you just get team. Yeah.
Yep, that's one of the nice things this season is Rainer's pretty replaceable. I think part of that too is a lot of the formation, building and theory crafting. The CN community works a lot with us on that, and a lot more CN players don't have Rainer because their servers are newer. So because of that, there's a lot of swap testing for how do we get rid of Rainer in a comp and still have it be just as performant or even better. So it's like with ranged, you can almost always replace Rainer for Hugin. With Rock, you can replace him for Kruger. So it's kind of cool seeing some of those units get usage to replace what is such a high value unit to like a Rainer.
Yeah. Man, do you see it? Look at Lily May. She's doing half the damage of Marilee, and Marilee has lower charms than her.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, Marilee. We caught on to the Marilee thing a few weeks ago because Dragon and I put out a Marilee build real early on where we're like, how is this Marilee working? And we didn't really recommend it heavily because we figured it was just, P4 plus 20 Marilee stuff with charms early. But no, Marilee's actually, she's good. She's better than Bonnie on this boss.
Wow. Yeah. Has Lily May been used in any boss? And has come close to the best?
Not close to the best, but Lily May is used as a lot of our like flex or accessible builds. We use Lily May. Lily May at the when you're not like heavily min-maxing the buffs in a comp, Lily May does good. But Lily isn't as good in hyper carry comps, which is why we're not seeing her in as much of the top stuff. Most of the top stuff right now is a single hyper carry, a big Sinbad, a big Harak, a big Odie even.
Because of the twins, I guess.
Yep, exactly. The only reason we're not like that today is just because,
you need a burst.
We have to kill tentacles.
Yeah.
Yep, we need someone to execute them and someone to burst them down.
Interesting. Yeah, no, this season is definitely shaping up to be really cool. For Endless.
I definitely enjoy the damage type specific armor and stuff that has been added to some of these bosses and that the new bosses have.
Yeah.
The unit diversity in Dream Realm, I personally am really enjoying. My only concern with it is I think it makes the game much less free-to-play friendly because there's so many different DPS, and now you have to do this additional equation of, do I have a decent amount of built ranged damage type, ranged fizz, ranged magic, melee fizz, melee magic, because they've shown they're going to start adding bosses that'll dodge ranged, and they will also add bosses that have damage type modifiers. So it's likely in the future we may see a boss even that, dodges ranged and takes increased fizz.
Wow, yeah. I mean, like you mentioned though, there's a lot of replacements for Rainier, for Taylene. So as long as they go in that direction where free-to-play could just like replace a key unit with another one, I think it's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely. We do a lot of testing on trying to find swaps. I guess I'll give a shout out to Paula right now. Like, if for anyone watching the podcast, if you use our infographics or if you use other infographics and you're finding other alternative units that can be swapped into comps, definitely stop by the Discord and let us know. That's something we're trying to collect a bunch of data on and present in the infographic. Because what we're starting to find is there's enough units out that do similar things that, a single tile on an infographic can really be 3, 4, 5 distinct comps with the swaps that are available. It's just hard to test them all, so the info is always appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're pushing the time a little bit. Let's get into some AFK stages.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to talk about for AFK stages today, Jake? That's always a hot topic for you. I recently took a brief step back from AFK stages the past week or week and a half. I'm still keeping up pretty well, I think, overall, but like I said, the manual Aeron into Smoky for regular stages has been not it for me. I'm just tired of doing the same motions. How are you doing?
I think I have gone a bit overboard, to say the least, a bit in stages. I've been having a blast. There's kind of a cool meta right now on talent stages. It's reminiscent to me of when Tassie released in season 2. We have a bunch of different auto progress comps that we're currently using, and then like a few tech comps. Most of the tech comps are really like Harak stuff, where you're like intentionally not using Harak's ultimate so that he gets more eats out because his ultimate will delay his eats. But yeah, it's been fun on stages. Definitely a lot of manual Smoky on S stages, and that's the ones that I also refuse to do. I am not at current cap on the standard size stages because
Yeah, like it's not hard. It's just boring.
it's annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I hope Smokey gets replaced.
Like, I mean, after a few seasons of this, we both have the timing down pat, and it's just like, but it's like, what are we doing here? Why
Yeah.
are we doing the same things for like we've been doing last season for this?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some tech this season that's being used on stages that I don't know how. I think some of it's really well known, some of it's not, but I mean, most of it's pretty straightforward to remember, which is nice at least. Like, if you see a stage with Viperion and in the replay Viperion gets pulled by Aeron, it's called an auto progress skip. They're just hitting auto battle and then auto progress real quick, because on auto progress, Aeron's ult goes off before any enemy's passives apply.
Oh yeah, that's what I was
So-
saying with the Viperion thing the other week.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so there's like an auto progress skip for that. There's also some auto progress stuff with Harak. There's also some turning off Harak stuff. But overall, talent stages are pretty chill. It's, you know, the same two comps. It's CC and then it's to lean Selly Hypo stuff with either Tassie or Harak. And if there's a Thorin, you run Scarlita. If there's a Lily May, you run Bryon. If there's a Shakira, you normally end up having to run either Harak or Lily May to deal with them. So that's been interesting. We haven't had to do weird Dunlinger stuff,
Oh my
so I'm
God.
thankful for that.
Yeah.
That was the worst last season. It's crazy that this season still the hardest stages are the ones with the dead Tygoons from last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because
Well-
you can't run Euron into them. It sucks.
Nope.
Yep.
Well, we can have a stage pushing episode. Bring back Brother Dizzy, actual Brother Dizzy, and we can have a big long discussion on that. One last thing to talk about this week is red charms. I know we talked about it briefly throughout this episode. Is there specifics you guys want to highlight?
Like who to go for, priority-wise?
Yeah.
That is tough. I would say, well, for sure, I would say Harak, to be honest. Just because how often he's used right now. If we're going for, like, Dream Realm side. The twins you're gonna buy. Priesto, his charm set isn't really too significant. It just taunts. So it won't help him too much, I don't think, in Dream Realm. The stats do help.
It's all about the stats in Dream Realm, man.
Yeah. Odie is of course good. Bonnie is good. It really depends what you focus on. If you go for AFK stages, PvP, or Dream Realm, each one would have their own set of units to aim for.
Yeah, I think from a PvE perspective, twins are a really safe charm. It's also helpful that you can buy them in the charm shop.
Yeah.
I think everyone who has twins, even if your twins are like L+, buy the twins charms. A lot of the twins builds in Dream Realm work at L+ or above. Especially with charms, they'll be very good at L plus and above, I think. Heroic charms, Milan, most definitely. I think Raynor or Hugin charms are good as well because they added a 6 or 8% perma attack buff onto the person that's behind them.
Yeah, Rainier Charms is really good as well.
If you are specifically focused on stage pushing stuff, Tassie, Carolina, and Talene are the priority charms for stage pushing, and they make a tremendous difference.
Man, yeah. No, honestly, the charms this season have been all like really good.
Yeah, and they're fun too because you kind of get to play around them. Like Tassie's charms kind of give her a pseudo execute where she ramps up damage as opponents get low on health.
Yeah. No, and Hugin and Dino as well. They got a really good charm skill. This is pretty nuts. For PvP. Outside of PvP, it's bad.
Yeah, I think in terms of Dream Realm charms, Odie's are also quite good too. He gets like a 60 attack speed buff every time he ults. He ults a lot.
Yeah. It's really good. And that's a new one, just from Legendary. It's not like you get the yellow version and you have like a reduced version of it. That's just brand new from the red charms.
Yep. One thing I think that's probably a good idea is read the charms before you upgrade them to see what the new set does. Because, like, some of them don't really give you much benefit, like Miquella's. Miquella's gives her energy whenever her bubble's triggered, like her Invuln bubble from her yellow charm and purple charm sets. But the problem with that is it doesn't matter, because the comps we're running Miquella in, we're running Heroic. And the whole point of the comp is Miquella ults once, and then we immediately eat her. So it doesn't matter if she gets energy. She doesn't cast again. All it is an attack buff, which helps her buff a little bit. So I would recommend, read the charms, because I almost felt... I think Ludo charms are very good though. Like when I realized Ludo charm set has haste on it for allies, that's wild.
Yeah. So the charms I crafted were, I think I crafted some Heroic, I crafted Raynor, I crafted Talene, and I crafted Tassie. And today I don't have enough to fucking craft Odie charms.
Oh, you crafted a lot. Wow. Yeah.
Well,
actually,
no, most of them I only needed to craft 2 out of 3.
Thanks for the heads up. Let me. Oh my god. Do I have enough? Oh, I do.
Yes.
I haven't crafted
Are you
much at
guys
all.
saving? Are you guys saving your 10 sweeps from Primal? I'm assuming
Yeah.
so.
Oh, for sure.
I'm saving the 10 sweeps.
So I will say I think that's probably the big difference, because I will say I have a lot of red charm sets. But kind of the group of us
10?
that are the group of us that are like front pushing, we all ripped our 10 on Mage.
Wow.
Ooh, all 10 on Mage?
Yeah,
Brazilian,
I think so. For Tassie, Caro, Talene, there's a lot of good ones on the Mage track. Actually, we're using
Well, what
Brisa
about
a lot
Arden?
on stages as well.
Arden's not used.
We do not use Arden.
Yeah.
I thought you
He was
meant
hot for a minute.
Yeah, it's for pushing, especially. We ripped those. I would not recommend doing that. Save them for mythics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I guess I won't be rank 1 DR today.
Man.
Honestly, where I'm lacking is I don't have like Raynor red charms, and those definitely make a big difference.
Yeah, that gives a buff.
Yep.
I don't have it either.
Perfect. Balance.
No, today, like, red charms are what gives the biggest difference, I think. Even more than their mythic charms. In terms of the actual effect. Because you could see it, for a lot of charm skill, it adds a whole new part to it.
Yep.
Even I think to the twins one, it gives the haste now, right?
1,
It starts doing that?
2.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
wrong.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well-
the difference between the yellow and red charms are huge.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. All right. I think we're just about it on time. I think it's plug o'clock. Let's get some shout outs going. Jake, our esteemed guest, what are you shouting out this week?
Well, so thank you guys for having me on again. Always a blast being on here. Also, shout
You're
out to everyone over at Yeah Paula, everyone that's submitting content, just talking, helping us with info Gs. There are people who are submitting their own info Gs for us to publish out for them. Very, very stoked about that. Also, if you go over to yapaula.com, Cam and the team recently released a formation builder that is a web tool that allows you to save it out to images. It's in its initial production launch right now, but it has some awesome features. So like you can make custom grids, you can make custom enemy grids, so that really regardless of the
You can
Supreme
make any map.
arena, yeah, you can make any map. You don't have to wait for us to update maps. We've been trying to be quite good about getting new unit hexes out. I think like Cryonia, for example, I believe we actually had out prior to her release.
Yeah. No, I've been
Cam
using
also
it a lot
has
myself,
a charm
actually.
calc out there. Yep.
Yeah. No, it's super useful, honestly. You guys are doing amazing.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Also, if you're ever interested, we have a similar tool in a Discord bot as well. You can always stop by the Paula Discord, and the two owners of the server actually are bots for building formations for anything that community members want to do. You can click on the bot and you can actually just add it to your Discord profile, and then it'll allow you to use it on any server you're a member of.
Ooh, spicy.
Yep.
Wow. See, that's super cool.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain the tech to Grandpa later. Well, I have a shout out for this week. I want to shout out Goth, who's going to be taking a break from the game. You will be missed, Goth. Hopefully, to catch you around soon. But good luck with whatever you're doing. Catch you next time. And that's the end of my shout out. Milan, do you have a
Yeah.
shout out this week?
Well, yeah, for sure, Goth. She helped me a lot, especially with the Clash Run stuff and the weekly Supreme Arena recommendations. So, hopefully she comes back soon.
Yeah. Well, as for the conclusion for this week, we talked about so much, I don't even know where to even bullet point. But Lucky Flips is looking like it's going to be good. Hopefully it, refines just a little bit more. I think it's pretty much there. Cryo, pop in. Clan rep, don't forget to do your clan reputation quest.
Yes.
Dio artifact dropping tomorrow, but it's already going to be dropped by the time you guys hear this. And Siren looking hot.
Mm-hmm.
And Twin still, Twin still number one for CH priority.
Yes.
Charms,
For a long
make
time,
sure-
they'll be number one, I think.
yeah. Charms, make sure you read it before you craft it. All right. And if you're a psycho whale, you can rip your 10 banked like Jake did. But he recommends not doing it unless you're crazy.
Don't
like
do
him.
Don't do it. Don't do it. The
Yap,
exact
Paula
statement I
said.
made while streaming over in Yap on it yesterday was, "Don't do it." Like even
Do as I
before I
say,
did
not
it,
as I
don't
do.
do it. Yes.
Yeah. And
Unless you can justify a very specific reason why, don't do it.
yeah. Would you? Okay. How about ripping half?
I would not. I would save them all for mythic charms unless you unless you can dictate a reason why to do it that's going to pay off.
Obviously, it's an ego pull.
Yeah. But it's gonna come back to bite you, though. Gotta watch out.
Yeah. But
Possibly.
the biggest conclusion for today, yeah, Polycite, check it out. I've used it a couple times. It's actually pretty intuitive, but you know, if you need some help with technology stuff, drop by the Discord. I'm sure someone can help you out. As for the Discord bot, I'm gonna need Jake to teach Grandpa over here how to work it. So that's it for this week. Be sure to leave a comment on what superpower or super item from a fictional universe you would want, and what percentage of, you know, disintegrating in a vat to acquiring this item / power would you take to get it? And of course, like and subscribe.